I want to talk about this really strong earnings that you just reported, stronger than it has been quarter over quarter for quite a number of the last few years. So let's talk about that. What's driving this? And do you expect this to kind of stay put considering the sort of inflationary environment we find ourselves in today?
Yeah, good morning, Anjalee, and thank you for having me. Good to see you again. We had indeed a very strong quarter at Kenvue, a strong debut for us as a publicly traded company, and probably is one of the strongest quarter in our 135-year history. $4 billion in revenue, 7.7% growth organically. A balanced growth across all segments of our portfolio, across all geographies. As you mentioned, strong demand for brands like Tylenol, Motrin, Neutrogena, and so many others. So all credit goes to the team, but good to see the strong demand for Kenvue products. I think it talks to the fact that the consumer health space is very resilient, but also to the fact that the consumer, the Kenvue portfolio is very strong. So happy about our results, confident in our future as well. You have seen that we have announced this morning our dividend, 20 cents for the third quarter. We initiate our dividend payment program, so very confident in the future and a big day for Kenvue.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that moving forward. I know that, J&J is still going to be including the results for Kenvue in their consumer segment. So you're sort of two sides, if you will. I know we had joked during the IPO about you getting the keys to the car. You're 16 years old driving off, but it seems like parents are still in the back seat. So talk to me about what that means in terms of how you are operating as CEO and what you expect in terms of the rest of the year.
Yeah, so we have been operating as a standalone company since our IPO in May. Very pleased with the way our IPO has been received by investors around the world. Johnson & Johnson just announced this morning their intention to separate from Kenvue this year, and that's according to the plan. That has always been the plan for Johnson & Johnson to separate from Kenvue in 2023, and that's what Johnson & Johnson confirmed this morning. So I can tell you that the IPO released a lot of energy in the organization. We are fully ready to operate as an independent company and very excited about our future.
I was on the earnings call, and I know that there's a lot of concern about the environment. You find yourself in lots of strong results, like I said, for a number of products, especially this quarter. But when you're looking at towards the end of the year, there is some uncertainty. I know the Russian market is on the table as well as just generally, like I mentioned, this inflationary environment. What are you looking at in terms of how you're thinking about the outlook for the rest of the year, and what specific segments you think might have the most volatility?
Yeah, we certainly live in a volatile environment and with continued uncertainty, and it's certainly something that we're going to see between now and the end of the year. Having said that, what we see in our portfolio is that consumers, more than ever, are focused on their health and well-being. They are looking for products that are efficacious, that they can trust, that are recommended by their healthcare professionals, that has been in their medicine cabinet for many years, many decades, sometimes a few generations. And that's what we offer at Kenvue with our portfolio of iconic brands. So we see consumers continuing to really look for efficacious solutions and our brands. That's what we saw in the second quarter results. To give you an example, we are in the middle of the summer season. We are the market leader with Neutrogena. We launched new innovation, premium innovation this summer that has been extremely well received. We are gaining share, and we see strong demand for our Neutrogena products in the summer in the US. So I think it tells you a lot about how consumers look at their health and well-being and the role our brands play in their daily routine.
And I know you're looking at guidance out for normal sort of winter. I know that's been an area of potential boosting in the last few years because of the pandemic and the tails from there. But when you're looking at what the stock is doing right now, what does that tell you about sort of what investors are thinking about what you've said about all of this?
Yeah, I think as we all know, many factors impact the stock price. I think this morning, J&J's announcement may play a role in the movement of the stock. It's not unexpected to see short-term movement between the J&J stock and the Kenvue stock in this particular moment. What we are focused on at Kenvue is the underlying performance of the business, and that's what we show in the second quarter results again. The strength of our Kenvue business model and the power of our portfolio, and that positions Kenvue as the largest pure-play consumer health company in the world, with unique sources of competitive advantage and solid financial performance. So that's what we are focused on.